Hello YouTubers, I want to welcome you to another edition of Partington Gear. Okay, now, if you've been following the channel, and you should subscribe because I reference older videos, and we've been doing a small pedal board build, and it has a lot of pedals, and it has full MIDI implementation, right? Because all the pedals have MIDI capabilities. And that's going to require a lot of MIDI cables. Okay, now, of course, you know, MIDI cables, also known as 5-pin DIN, right? Because it's got 5 pins. And I mean, I'm sure there's probably other variations as well, but for our purposes, 5-pin DIN MIDI cable, pretty standard. However, what is not standard is the price, right? Now, MIDI cable, it doesn't pass on any audio, okay? Only MIDI data, all right? So, as a result, the prices vary greatly for MIDI cables. And I've seen average MIDI cables, you know, run $6, $7 each. Doesn't sound like much, but, you know, when you need 6, 8, 10 MIDI cables, it starts to add up. Now, wait a minute. Hold on there. Okay. So, well, I was looking around, I thought, man, these prices, ouch. You know, now listen, ideally you would want flat, right-angle MIDI cables, right, for your pedal board. That's what is ideal, because it doesn't take up much space, especially if the MIDI jacks are on the side of the pedals. It leaves you more space. However, there's a cost to that, you know, and you're pretty much paying double, if not more, per MIDI cable, you know, and that might be worth it to some and to others not. Alright, so I looked around, and I was seeing average prices about $6, $7 a MIDI cable. And that's not right angle, that's not fancy pants, flat cable, you know, that's just generic plastic molded MIDI cable. And by the way, there are metal MIDI jacks and plastic molded jacks. And you would think that the metal jacks would be better, but the truth is, I've found that that's not necessarily the case at all. And the molded plastic cable works just as well, as far as passing on MIDI information. You know, and remember, it doesn't affect audio whatsoever. So I looked around, you know, about $6, $7 a cable, and I was like, psh, that's sad. You know, considering on a MIDI, on a pedal board, you know, each pedal is going to use, you know, 1 to 2 MIDI cables, right? So that adds up to a lot of MIDI cables. And here's the other thing is, the size of the cable, right? And what I found is, without paying extra for custom length cables, right? One of the standard lengths of MIDI cable, which keeps the cost down, is about 3 foot. MIDI cables, right? And I've always found that is just fine for a pedal board, especially if we can, tuck the excess cable underneath the pedal board. Okay. So anyway, I'm shopping around, and I think I've discovered probably the best deal I could find on a MIDI cable. I mean, these could possibly, I can't guarantee it, these could possibly be the most inexpensive MIDI cables in the entire world. Wow. Then again, could be wrong. Any case, what I discovered, and what I would recommend, because I've used them before and had no problems with them, in fact still using them today, and that is MIDI cables, 3-foot MIDI cable from Monoprice, right? The people make that little cheap tube amp. People like the little tube amp. Any case, Monoprice. And, the mono price for these MIDI cables was $1.29 per cable, per 3-foot MIDI cable. I mean, that's pretty darn inexpensive, I think. However, there's a catch. And I've run into that catch recently. And that is that there are shipping costs involved. But I've added it up, and even with the shipping costs, especially if you're buying, 6 cables, 10 cables, whatever, is a shipping cost of what they call Monoprice economy shipping. $3.99. Right. I mean, that's not too bad, considering the price of the cable. And even with adding the shipping costs, it's still the most inexpensive MIDI cable I've found. Then again, I didn't look all that hard, so I guess you could find 49-cent MIDI cables. I don't know. I thought $1.29 is not too shabby. And here's the thing you need to know if you're going to order these MIDI cables and use economy shipping. Right? It's slower than dirt. I'm serious. It takes about twice as long to get here as you would expect. However, if you're patient, no problem. They do arrive. It's not like they're coming from China or something, where it takes weeks and weeks and weeks. It's not like that. But it's definitely not, 2 or 3 day priority mail. It's more like 8 days mail, Anyway, so that's something to keep, keep in mind if you plan to order these cables. And if you need them in a day or two, this is not the way to go. Okay? Or I suppose you could pay extra for faster shipping. But who wants to do that? Okay. So I was patient, eagerly awaiting my economy Monoprice $1.29 MIDI cables, 3-foot, 5-pin in, plastic molded. And guess what? They've arrived. So I'm proud to have a real unboxing this time. Okay. I know that in the past I've done reenactments because I had already opened the package, but here I haven't. Now I'm not expecting any Sweetwater complimentary candy, unfortunately. But, for the price and the money I save compared to other cables, I could probably go get some candy. Alright, so here we go. Here's the package. It arrived today. Look at that. Look at this beauty. Okay. And please don't try this at home. Only trained professionals should attempt. I'd hate to see anybody get hurt, who wasn't trained in doing an unboxing. Okay, let's get to it. I mean, this is some tough stuff. Oh my, this is unbelievable. Unreal. So here it is, it's opened, and now, and they're each in their individual sheaths. Midi. Wow. Now check this out. How wonderful. You do get some bonuses, which I was not prepared for. One is a card for a $100 wine voucher. Claim within 30 days. Delivery included. I know I could give that to my mom. I don't really drink wine, but anyway, so there's that. But there's more. Wow. Bucked up. $50 gift card. Shaker and sample pack. Free. And a $50 gift card. There we go. I'm not sure what that is exactly. It must be, it looks like some kind of, I don't know, some kind of drink package. It looks like some kind of drink. Or is that beef jerky? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Some bonuses. Pretty cool. Better watch out, Sweetwater. It's not complimentary candy, but it's close. Okay. Anyway. So that's very nice anyway. Very kind. Especially when it's such a small order. Now here I've ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now as a bonus, we're going to have a double unboxing. Because here you go, they're each in their individually wrapped retail sheath. Plastic baggie. So here we go, unboxing number 2. Alright. Wow. Now they're made in China, but oh no. Here's what it says on the little baggie. Warning, this product can expose you to phthalates, which is known to the state of California to cause cancer and reproductive harm. Oh my. I'm in Indiana. What do I care? Okay. Here we go. Unboxing number 2. There we go. Man, I hope those velocitates or whatever is in here don't bite me or something. What are they, little creatures in here or what? Okay, anyway. here it is. Wow. Comes with its individual twist tie right here. Okay. On the cable it says MIDI cable, mono price. And here you go, 5-pin DIN. Right, you got that on each end. Male to male. There you go, 3 foot. And you would think 3 foot sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It's small. You know, so that's going to cover my pedal board, you know, any needs I need for that. And the only drawback to these is just once you have them plugged in, you know, you've got this much space, you know, which isn't really all that much in between the pedals if you plug them in on the side. And it's weird, some pedal, you know, there's no conformity, no standard. Some pedals, like the Boss SY200, right, I believe that everything plugs in from the back of the pedal, right, whereas the Line 6 M5, the MIDI is on the side. Okay, but anyway, so it takes up a little more space than a right angle MIDI cable, you know. And let me tell you something, from having these in the past, when you step on one end and deform the end and there's no way to put it back to its original shape, it's so nice to have another one handy. Right? So I like to have a couple spares in case I run into a bad one or one goes bad for some reason. I've actually never had that happen unless it was something I did, such as stepping on it. You know, while it was unplugged, you know, and I step on one end and then you can't plug it in, obviously. But as far as one failing, I've never actually had that happen. You know. And what's nice about these is, remember, they're just passing data and not audio. You know, so you don't need the fanciest, you know, cables for that, really. You know, because it shouldn't introduce noise to your system. Anyway, usually. However, you know what? I have had these put noise in your system, but only when you like have it plugged in to a computer and you get that computer interface. But once you unplug it from the computer, then it's pretty much noiseless. Anyway, these work really great, really cheap, inexpensive, $1.29, and I sure couldn't make this for $1.29. You know, and they work great, and just the right size, you know, for little pedal boards and things, and for big ones too. I mean, you know, so there you go. So the only caveat that I see, anyway, is waiting on the shipping and having to pay shipping at all. But even with paying shipping, it's still less expensive than a lot of other MIDI cables. And these, I know, work really well. And you get the wine card bonus and the, what is it? The bucked up shaker and sample pack free, and $50 gift card towards the bucked up thing. And I have no idea. I think it's a drink or something. I'm not sure. I'll look into it and see. We'll see. Anyway, they're here. It's great. I'm going to use them here on my pedal board. And hopefully I have 1 or 2 spares. I ordered 6 of them. I know definitely I need 4, if not 5. That leaves me 1 spare. That's not much, is it? But they're so inexpensive. And you know, for the price, you know, and the $3.99 shipping, you know, I expected to wait a little while for them, you know. And it did take a little bit of time, you know. Now, for some people, you know, they'd rather spend more money, you know, to get them faster and those kinds of things, which is fine. It's great. I just use these so frequently that I like to have quite a few of them on hand, you know. And for the price, you know, even with the shipping, you know. For example, here, I mean, you know, the total was really expensive. $1.29 times 6 plus the $3.99, you know. Now, if you add that up, you know, and compare that to the $7 cable, you know, you'll see that this is not a bad deal at all. All right, so just wanted to show you those. Yeah, highly recommended. All right, very good. See you next time. Okay, bye.